It can be a challenging journey, not only for the person diagnosed, but also for their family members and loved ones. Caring for persons with Alzheimer's disease at all stages can be quite stressful and misunderstood, even for professional caregivers.
Alzheimer's is a very cruel disease because it destroys the memories. When we go through life learning, we create neuronal circuits, networks of neurons that are the basis for the information. Alzheimer's destroys those neuronal networks. The most common question is, what is the difference between Alzheimer's and dementia? I tell the patients that dementia is sort of the umbrella name for all the forms of dementia. So Alzheimer's is just one of the many forms of dementia that can affect human beings.
According to recent statistics, there are 35.6 million persons worldwide suffering with Alzheimer's and 71 million caregivers who are caring for them. Here in the United States, there are currently 5.4 million persons diagnosed with Alzheimer's, along with 15 million caregivers. A complicated disease requiring complex care, experts say it's important to empower caregivers with the latest research on the specific issues of supporting a person through all stages of Alzheimer's disease.
For many, people would say that the hardest part early in the disease is watching a person beginning to fade away and lose function and the ability to recognize others. And then moving on as the disease progresses, the care that's required becomes more and more burdensome and becomes overwhelming, requires more time, more energy. At this point, caregivers' feelings of guilt, isolation, hopelessness, and helplessness can mount up to the point of significantly increasing their risk for depression, stress, and anxiety-related disorders. We know, too, that caregivers no longer have time to pay attention to their own healthcare needs, and they fail to follow up on their own chronic conditions.
So to receive training and education allows caregivers to learn new skills, to feel more competent, to feel like they can make a positive change in the life of that person on that day, and that's the power of training.
Much research has been done on the specific issues of caring for a person with all stages of Alzheimer's disease. And now the most current academic, scientific, and clinical Alzheimer care research is available in a language and format that at-home and professional caregivers can put to use. This is the Alzheimer's Caregiver. Using internet-based technologies, Lightbridge Healthcare Research has created 2 educational, cost-effective caregiver training programs that are interactive and easy to access, navigate, and understand.
It's divided into 2 areas. One is for the family caregiver. The other is a program for a caregiver working in a facility. The difference is with the professional caregiver, there's a substantial tracking program that tracks all the activity of the caregivers. That's how they learn, and they get graded throughout. And so at any one time, the owners or operators or managers of these facilities knows what level of care they're currently at. More importantly, when the state surveyors come in, or examiners, they too, all they have to do is look at the documentation so they can see the overall level of care.
The Alzheimer's Caregiver provides detailed strategies and plans based on demonstrated research, including up-to-date caring programs for bathing, feeding, dressing, sleep issues, and incontinence, among many more.
The Alzheimer's Caregiver demonstrates skills, and they do it in a way that is clear that not one strategy fits all situations or all people, and what worked today may not work tomorrow. But what they do provide are basic principles of care for Alzheimer's disease, and so the caregiver then can adapt and apply those principles to their own situation, and the quality of care will be improved.
For instance, patients who have Alzheimer's disease have difficulty with perception of visual images. So for that reason, they may have difficulty eating. And by putting a light color plate on a dark table, immediately focuses the patient on the task at hand, which would be to eat. So these are logical measures that have made a great difference in the treatment of the patients. There is no other program available that addresses these issues in a very simple way that is at the reach of every caregiver. So I recommend to all my patients that they use the Alzheimer's Caregiver.
Our employees see it as positive, as helpful, and has created an atmosphere of excitement around learning. And for an organization to see their employees excited to learn new information is gratifying. The Alzheimer's Caregiver has been a great tool for us.
Caring for someone with Alzheimer's can seem overwhelming at times, but the more information and support you have, the better you can navigate the demanding road ahead.
I had a parent that died of Alzheimer's and I had to take care of them. And it's quite a while ago, but it just never leaves you. And so this became my mission after that occurred. We've been going on since 1986. The feedback we get is the same feedback our caregivers were giving us, was that it was simple, easy to use, easy to understand, and very accessible. And that makes their life all the easier.
Learn more today about the Alzheimer's Caregiver, the complete guide to caring for all stages of Alzheimer's. For more information on how to order your caregiver plan, go to thealzheimerscaregiver.com.